So last time I did a challenge video, I told myself I would only upload it if I actually finished or completed the challenge. But this time, I told myself I would upload it no matter what. So, we'll see how this next 2 months go. But just because I uploaded the video does not mean the challenge went well. You're gonna have to wait to the end to see how the challenge actually went. What is up, guys? So last time I wrote a book in 2 months, an intense and emotional journey which I've linked down below. Quick warning, do not watch it if you have any known allergies to cringy content. Anyway, this time I'm going to be editing the book that I wrote last time. And I haven't gone back and read any of my manuscript yet, but I don't remember it being that good, so I think this challenge is going to be very difficult. I'm going to be recording a lot of my journey like I did last time, but I will not be putting sappy background music behind the footage like I'm making a BuzzFeed video. If you couldn't tell, I am so sorry about that. Quick note about my experience, I've only edited one book before, but it was more of a grammar edit than a content edit, judging from the fact that I did it in 1 week. But this book has so many plot holes and so many plot points that I changed halfway through the writing process that editing this book is going to be, quite frankly, a bitch. I've never shared any of my novels with family and friends before, but this could maybe be the first one. I don't know, probably not, but we'll see. If you want to see a quick summary of the book that I already did, you can head over to Project Kyle's channel where he graciously let young writers share information about their books in an amazing video which I will link down below. But I plan to change a lot of the fabric of the story, so I'm not sure that summary is going to be a good summary of my book when I finish editing it. So basically, I'm giving this book a full makeover and I'm hoping you guys will join me on the journey. I'm starting the editing today, March 29th. March? It is May! What the hell? I'm starting today, May 29th, which means I will have until July 29th to finish editing it. This is going to be quite a time crunch because I just got a part-time job and also I'm uploading once a week now. So I don't know what's gonna happen in the next 2 months, but you're about to find out in the next like 15 minutes. So without further ado, here's my journey of editing in 2 months. I just moved my book from my old laptop to my new laptop so I can edit it. From what I've read so far, it's not quite as good as I remember it, and I don't remember it being that great. Hey guys, so it's like 2 a.m. and I'm editing this book and I'm realizing how much has changed. I mean, I shifted so much around in the middle of the book that the beginning and the end of the draft are astronomically different. It's driving me crazy because I'm having to change almost every line. Like the characters, for example. So there's this one character named DJ and he's supposed to be the love interest for the MC. You're not really supposed to know that in the first book. It doesn't really come up to the sequel, if I ever write the sequel. But in the first chapter, he is described as looming and powerful and really intimidating, and that is not at all who he is at the end of the book. He's supposed to be really small and scrawny. He thinks he's really strong and powerful, but when the action starts happening, he realizes how weak and helpless he is. But at the beginning of the novel, I describe him as rippling abs and like a really slick back hairstyle and just like really cool, and that is not at all who he is. It's like I had some kind of epiphany in the middle of the book and I was like, I hate these love interests that people keep writing. I'm gonna write one that's ugly and scrawny. I have to go back and fix everything I did at the beginning with that character. And it's not just DJ that this happened to. This happened to Ace, this happened to Savvy, this happened to Louisa. And I'm having to go back and fix all these things at the beginning. In fact, Louisa, I'm still trying to decide because I've written characters like her before, which are kind of like helpless little girls that become badass by the end, and I don't like doing that. It's pretty cliche. So I'm trying to fix that. I'm trying to come up with something new. I'm having real troubles with that one. Also, the first chapter of this book is just weird. Like, it is terrible. It starts with her like cooking an egg, which is just, why would she be cooking an egg? Why? It's like literally midnight in the book. I just hate that I wrote that in the first place. I'm like, why would that be a cool opener? It's weird and creepy. No. So I'm changing it to a description of her house, which is a triangle, which I know doesn't sound that interesting because like it's just a description of a house, but I mean it's a different house. And then immediately, bam, Louisa's there, crying, tattered, covered in mud and rain, and the action kicks off. So that's my new plan for the beginning. No more creepy egg stuff. I'm excited to make the book better because it's trash, it's absolute garbage, but it's going to take so much more work than I thought because I did not realize how much inconsistency there was in it. Got Mr. Fox back there watching me. Hey guys, so it's been a long time since I did the last, I guess this is a vlog, I don't really know. Here's a reason. I have not edited any of my book in about 2 weeks, which is not good when you're on a deadline of only 2 months. I'm kind of upset at myself. A lot of things have been pushing it back. First I had the whole technical issues with reviewing your stories. First I couldn't save it on my computer because I didn't have enough storage, and then it just like wouldn't upload for 4 days. But now it's out into the world, and now I'm immediately having to turn around and work on my AuthorTube newbie tag, which you guys should go watch because it's funny. So now I am not up editing my story. I am up writing scripts for the next 5 videos, which I'm going to have to film basically all tomorrow. As of tomorrow evening, I should be done with all of my videos for the next 5 weeks. Longer. 7 weeks, 8. So I should be able to 100% focus on my book. I won't have an excuse not to edit anymore. My excuse is always, oh, I have to do my videos. But I should, as of tomorrow, be good. I have an update. It's a terrible one. My time is almost up. It has been 2 months, and I basically have done about 3 chapters. Yes, that's the pace that I normally work at, but I mean, I made a challenge so that I would edit this book quicker, and clearly it hasn't worked. I'm gonna be doing a little bit of it on camera today. I'm not usually a person that likes to film myself like writing or editing. I think it's a little weird, but I thought it'd be cool, I suppose. It is July 25th. I was hoping to be done by the end of the month, so clearly that's not going to happen. But I do have to say that most of the issues I have with the story happen in the first half, because the first half of the book, and especially the first few chapters, I didn't really know what I was doing. So I'm hoping that from here on out, it will go a lot more smoothly than it's been going so far. Now, I know what you're saying. 5 days? Yeah, well, it won't be 5 days. I'm going to extend this to 3 months, which I know is kind of a cop-out. For my own sanity, I am going to have to change it to editing a book in 3 months. So I failed, basically. But also, I'm hoping that with extending the deadline, it will give me some more motivation. I need to find my editing Bible, which is what I call just the book I write my edits down in. Is it bad that I don't even know where it is? Shows you how much I've been doing on this. This is my editing Bible. My series name, if I ever write more books, would be Tales from the Horizon, because it's interplanetary travel and shit. I don't really know. So far, I really don't have that many edits. I have a layout of the girl's house. She lives in a triangle because housing. All the edits I've made fit on 3 pages. And it's not all the edits I've made. I need to take that back. It is all the edits that I still don't know how to fix. Ooh. Things that I still don't know how to fix, or things that I need to keep in mind as I go through the rest of the book, I'll write down in here. This is my series Bible. I have like things for the timeline, so these are all the important details, and I have the important details of every single chapter. Then I have, oh, that's the Louisa chapter, that's a special chapter. Then I have the character profiles at the end, things like, you know, height, weight. I mean, I should know my characters by heart, right? But sometimes I'll forget eye color or hair color, or there's one character that one of my lesbian characters that I forgot was lesbian, until I went back and I was like, oh right, she has a girlfriend. How did I miss that? I will write it down in here and I will never forget it again. I'm gonna take all the info from that and put it into here. As soon as I'm done editing the book, which I clearly will not be in these 3 months. That's another thing I want to make clear, is that I'm not actually trying to finish editing the entire book within these 3 months, because I don't think that's possible. The major edits, you know, the big plot-based edits and the big character-based edits, because I changed a lot about my characters. Those are the things that I want to get done. Hoping to get it done this month. So pray for me. I'm gonna go edit, I think, I'm either on chapter 4 or chapter 5 out of 20. So, here we go. I've caught melodrama. I'm on the lookout for melodrama now because of that video I made and the comments from my teacher, and I just found some that I edited like a week ago. and I thought was okay. And now I'm looking back at it and going, that's ridiculous. We got a bug. And I missed it. I've only done about 1 to 2 pages out of, how many pages is this document? 129. But I'm very tired and I have to be up to go to work tomorrow, so I'm gonna go to bed. So it's August 19th, which means I still only have about 10 days left, which means a chapter a day. I will admit that the chapters at the end are shorter than the ones at the beginning, and it sounds like it'll be easier, but I know that when I was writing the book, I was also rushing at the end because of a deadline. So I definitely rushed a lot of the plot, and going back and reading it, the further along I get, the faster the story is moving, which is not necessarily a good thing. It's moving a little too fast. The pacing is just off. The first half was all about, you know, like names that I'd changed, physical appearances that I'd changed, or big kind of plot points that I changed. Now I'm getting to pacing issues in the second half of the book. I also clearly did not know what to do with the middle when I was writing this book, which means through chapters, I'd say 10 through 12, I just kind of flounder around. I'm about to sit down right now again and edit. I am on chapter 11. I just finished editing chapter 11. I was going to start chapter 12. Problem is, I realized that I need to change something in chapter 12, which means I have to go back to chapter 11 and add something in order to change it in 12. Also, last night I deleted, I think, half of chapter 11, like 2,200 words. They got away from the police too easy, and I realized that when I started reading back. I was like, they just kind of walked away. I mean, this is a place with security cameras everywhere. They can't just walk away. So I deleted the whole part where they were just kind of meandering around, put in a whole nother 2,000 words of them actually escaping for real. It's a work in progress. 10 days left. I got like 10 chapters left to edit, like 10 videos to film before I leave for college, which is just so stressful. But wish me luck. So welcome to my end of the video recap. We have several things to discuss. First of all, the big question of the day, did I do it? Did I successfully edit my book in 2/3 months? And the answer is kind of. I got through draft 2, but draft 2 is not perfect. Draft 2 is nowhere near perfect, and I'll show you why. So this is my editing Bible, and inside I have pages and pages of edits that I still need to make. A lot of it is small plot holes, a lot of it is wording things, or similes and metaphors that I want to change, things like that. As well as a plot hole, a bigger one. It's not really a plot hole per se. I just can't figure out how to get these two characters into this building without anyone knowing that they're in there. I don't want to use air vents because, you know, fuck air vents. So basically I took 3 months to do a 2-month challenge, and I still have these edits to make as well as a blank spot at the front of chapter 13. So I don't know if I'd really consider this a success. I guess it is, because if I hadn't have done a challenge video, it would have taken me years to do what I did in 3 months. Even though it shouldn't have taken me this long, it did. Just like my other challenge video, writing a book in 2 months, I'm back to the same place of, did I really complete this? And no, I'd hope to go through my manuscript several times, maybe do draft 3 as well. So no, I didn't really get where I wanted to, but I did read through my entire manuscript, and I fixed a lot of the huge issues with it, such as the security camera problem, because in my first manuscript I just like totally forgot that, like, you know, this is the future and there are security cameras. That's random, and just one example, but the point is I did fix a lot of stuff. And I read through my whole manuscript, which was super scary and really cringy. So what are my plans for the future of this book? Next, I'm gonna go through and do draft 3, and I'm hoping to do draft 3 and maybe a draft 4 while I'm at college this year, because I want to write the sequel to this book, but I do not want there to be a lot of inconsistencies in the sequel that I then have to go fix. So anyway, thank you guys for coming along on this kind of a failure journey with me. I'll keep you guys updated in other videos, just kind of in passing what I'm doing with my book at the time, because I'm hoping by the end of this year I will have basically solidified most of the book and then just have it down to wording and lines and such so that I can start writing the next one, because I'm super excited about the next one. You're probably not, but if you're wondering what the next book is about, this one's about this girl having to go to the moon to save her brother. The next book, I bring in a whole new cast of characters in a new setting. In that one, my main character has a baby with this guy that she like hardly knows. All she knows is that he's a pirate, and so a space pirate, and so she leaves her planet and tries to find him and return his son to him. But in the background we also have the characters from book 1 doing their thing, and at the end they collide, and I really want to write it, especially since I'm gonna have the dual perspectives, so hopefully I'll be writing that book next. But for now I am still working on this book. I did not completely edit it in 2 or 3 months. You know, you hear people all the time saying that editing is the hardest part of the process, and I guess I didn't believe that, but it is. I can attest. So yeah, if I've learned anything, it's that editing is a bitch. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and submit to reviewing your stories. The deadline for the 3rd part of reviewing your stories is submit them before December 18th. So until then, may the gods of plot be ever on your side.